we are at the laboratories of INFN Trieste. INFN is the Italian National Institute for Nuclear and Subnuclear Physics, and Trieste is one of the 24 structures of the institute. Silvia Dalla Torre, spokesperson of one of the HP20 working package dedicated to frontier photon detectors, is going to answer to a few questions. Silvia, please, would you be so kind to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Stefano. So, at the moment, as you have said, I'm spokesperson of this HP, which means Hadron Physics working group, and I'm also serving as director of this structure of INFN. If I look at my professional career, all along my scientific life, I was involved in hadron physics, with experiments trying to illuminate different aspects of hadron physics. And my contribution to this experiment was at the beginning in all different sectors, in particularly also, for example, data analysis. But soon I understood that what was my most important contribution are the detector for ionizing particles. And so my contribution moved toward this direction, and this is what has taken the large majority of my activity during the last years. So I think this is a good summary of what I did up to now.
Thanks. So let me ask another question. So you are leading activities dedicated to frontier photon detectors. What are the scientifically exciting aspects of this research project?
I like this question. It has to be understood that one important sector since the first half of last century, of the 20th century, for the progress of the experimental physics, nuclear and later also subnuclear, which means particle physics, is related to progress in detectors of particles. And each new step in this direction, we can call them new invention, has definitely opened the way to new experimental approaches, to the possibility to perform new experimental exploration of nuclear and subnuclear physics. This is the most exciting aspect, being part of a project that opens the way to better and deeper knowledge in the field.
So, who is participating in projects dedicated in frontier photon detectors?
Yes, as it is for many research projects, in particular those included in HP, in this Hadron Physics initiative, there is a team of physicists accompanied by technical personnel from different European countries. In particular, in this case, they are from 5 institutions, 3 Italians, 1, all structure of INFN. So, apart Trieste, of course, we have the contribution of Bari and Torino, and we are collaborating with colleagues from the University of Freiburg in Germany and from the University of Liberec in the Czech Republic. How is each group structured? You have a senior physicist, or a couple of senior physicists, and then younger colleagues. They are in part PhD students or postdoc young researcher. And to collaborate to this project is for them a very positive opportunity to get experience and complete your education path.
Thanks a lot. So let me try to understand better. What do you want to achieve with these activities?
Good. So now we approach really the aim of the specific project. We are developing novel types of photon detectors, which are the request in this field, first for basic physics, and then in case also for application outside basic physics. To have the possibility to instrument large surfaces, doing this at a cost which is reasonable, which can be afforded by a scientific institution. Nowadays, very good photon detectors exist, but either they are in the form of small units, and to cover a large surface you have to put a number of small units one near to the other with dead zones in between, or I would say also, and they are pretty expensive. So the idea for the new generation is to be large and cheap as much as we will succeed.
Okay, so now is there any possibility, or in which way will these activities eventually benefit society?
Yes, this is an important question and something which is always guiding part of our activity. Experience tells us that whatever has been invented for the progress of basic physics in nuclear and subnuclear sectors, sooner or later has become also an instrument for society. And we can think to the many applications in the medical sector, where tools invented to progress in nuclear physics, in particle physics, are nowadays good diagnostic tools, and also they help in curing dangerous diseases like cancer. In particular, in the medical sector, there is a continuous demand for more and more performing photon detector, because imaging is at the base of diagnostic. And so developing a photon detector means certainly developing something that, when well established, can have contribute in imaging also in this sector, and perhaps in different sectors that we are not able to imagine today.
Thank you very much. Now let me ask a little bit different question. In general, why do you think should a young person choose to study science, and why should they do so in Europe?
I like this question because I think that young people, when they consider their future, their professional future, need to be better informed. This is something which I don't see so much developed in Italy, where we are, and probably also in Europe in general. There is a general demand of personnel with scientific, technical and technological skills, and this at various levels. Apparently, schools and universities do not produce enough of this personnel. And many times they start giving an education to this personnel, but it's difficult for the young people to reach good levels. Now, working in science is certainly one of the opportunities to get these skills and to get it in contact with real challenges, with high technologies, with advanced tools. So, if some of these young colleagues working with us will in the future remain in research, of course, this is very good and very positive. But for all the others, I think we are opening a way to let them enter the productive world with skills that will be certainly appreciated. And in Europe there is, as in many other parts of the world, this need of people with this kind of background.
Thank you very much. Now let me ask a question in Italian. C'è qualcosa che vuoi aggiungere?
Sì, mi piacerebbe dare un messaggio che è legato alla mia attività professionale, alla mia esperienza, anche se diciamo illumina qualche aspetto più personale. Penso che sia stata una delle grandi fortune della mia vita quella di poter fare un lavoro di ricerca. È un lavoro che mi pone quesiti sempre nuovi, problematiche sempre nuove e quindi è uno stimolo continuo. Questo tipo di attività mi ha mantenuto giovane, evidentemente dal punto di vista dell'atteggiamento mentale, gli anni passano per tutti quanti, ma l'entusiasmo con cui vengo a lavorare la mattina non è diverso da quello che avevo quando ho cominciato a lavorare per la mia tesi di laurea e avevo 22 anni.